Hey there, this is Christian, and in today's video I want to talk about the 3 mistakes that beginners are making when they learn to code. I want you to be aware of these mistakes so you don't waste your time, your energy on things that will actually hold you back and will stop you from achieving your goal of learning how to code and getting your first job in software development. Let's get into it. The first one is beginners always try to know everything at once. And that's impossible because in the beginning you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you should actually focus on, and you don't really have a roadmap. So it's a very easy trap to fall into because you are being bombarded with all these courses and free advice on the internet where people are telling you should do this, you should focus on that, you should focus on that. And probably you can relate to this. You are overwhelmed by the whole information that's online and it's out there for you for free to experiment. You need to understand that it is normal for you not to know everything in the beginning, and that is completely acceptable. What is not normal is when you try to learn everything, a bit of that, a bit of that, a bit of that, thinking that in this way you will actually improve your chances of getting your first job in tech. The reality is, if you are focusing on too many things at once, you will become a jack of all trades and a master of none. What you need to understand is that if you try to know so many things at once, you forget about the most important part, learning how to solve problems and understanding programming fundamentals. And if you know these things, if you understand these things, it doesn't matter what language you know, it doesn't matter how many frameworks you know. The other mistake that beginners are making is they get stuck in this tutorial mode. Maybe you can relate with this as well. You start a tutorial, you want to learn something, the tutorial is not even done yet and you are jumping on another tutorial and on another tutorial. And this loop of watching, not executing, watching, not executing can last for months or years sometimes. It's really easy to get trapped and sucked into this black hole of courses because it does require too much effort from your side, and it's very comfortable actually for you just to watch tutorials and not actually building projects and working on a portfolio. Basically what's happening, you are avoiding the failure of you actually taking action and seeing that you have to deal with different things. You need to come up with ideas, that you need to be creative, that you need to find solutions for the problems you'll be facing when you want to actually learn to code. Another reason for you falling into this trap of watching courses is because they make you feel good. They make you feel like you are actually progressing. They make you feel like you're actually doing something for yourself, that you're investing in yourself. But this feel-good content is gonna affect you in the long run. You are just gonna waste your time and you'll probably lose motivation and momentum whenever you get stuck or you have more difficult problems that you cannot solve. And also, maybe you've noticed that, let's say you are brave enough to finish a course, you want to take action and you want to build a portfolio and you want to build an application. But the moment when you open the editor, you don't even know where to start. How crazy is that? You know so many things, you've been watching so many things, but you are unable to do anything by yourself. So you see, when you get into that position where you are like, whoa, I can't do anything yet, I'm not good enough, what are you gonna do? You're gonna buy another course. The other mistake I see beginners are making is they hang out with other beginners. Maybe you've done the same thing. You want to learn to code and you go on Facebook, let's say, or on Reddit or whatever other online gathering is out there. When you surround yourself with people that are at the same level as you, you feel like you are in a community and you feel like you are doing the right thing, being surrounded by people that are at the same level as you. In reality, this is gonna actually hold you back and you'll be overwhelmed by the information you're gonna get from these people. Obviously, they want to help you, they want the best for you, but they don't know any better, so they'll advise you with what they know. And let's say you are going into one of these online gatherings, let's say a Facebook group, and you are asking a question and you get 50 answers. You will be even more confused. But you need to understand that these people, they have no clue. So you cannot be asking advice on how to become a developer from someone that wants to become a developer. If you don't listen to this advice, you'll be potentially wasting months or years trying to figure this thing out on your own. At the end of the day, everything boils down to just a few things if you want to learn to code. The first one is learning problem solving and understanding programming fundamentals. This is so key because if you know these two things, no matter what language you want to learn, no matter what framework is hot right now, if you have these basics down, you'll be good for years and years and years, because programming doesn't change from month to month. What changes are the frameworks and the way of implementing those fundamentals. But if you get the fundamentals right, if you understand how to solve problems, like picking up a new language is going to be a matter of a couple of days, or picking up a new framework is going to be a matter of, again, a few days. So don't focus on the how to do things, focus on why. As a developer, you are not actually paid to code. You are paid to solve problems using the code that you're writing. If you get this concept right, everything else is going to be really, really easy. After you understand the basics of programming, after you understand how to solve problems, you can start by building small things, by solving small problems. Every problem is made from smaller problems. Let's take, for example, a login page. The first problem that we have is actually displaying the login page. The other problem is creating the login on the server. Then on the front end, we have the inputs with a submit button. And that means we have two more problems. How can we get the data from those inputs, like the email and the password? And the other problem is, how can we submit those fields to a backend? In order to understand how to create these applications, you need to become more aware of the things that you are using on a day-to-day basis. Try to break down everything that you see into small pieces and see how you can put those pieces together in your own projects. As you're experimenting and learning new things and building new applications, you need to put them in your portfolio so you can have something to show off when you apply for jobs and when you'll go in an interview setting. This is very important because you, as a self-taught developer without a degree or without previous experience, you need to be able to prove that you know those skills that you are talking about. A lot of people are just putting skills on their CV, but when you ask them, hey, what do you know? They don't have anything to show. Also, it's important to have a CV tailored for the position you're applying for. I see this mistake over and over and over again. I see someone that wants a front-end position, but they have restaurant experience, they have back-end experience, they have data science, they have random skills, and then the front-end skills are at the bottom. I mean, of course you're not gonna get a job if you don't know how to manufacture your CV in order to sell yourself. So that's a bonus tip. Learn to sell yourself and to make a presentable CV. Anyway, if you are new to code and never written a line of code in your life, or if you already started and you feel like something is missing from your process, maybe you are already stuck in that tutorial mode, you want to learn to code efficiently and to apply successfully for a job, then you can use the link in the description, read what's on the webpage, watch the video, then you can apply for a free consultation call. Then me or someone from my team will reach out to you, we'll discuss about what you have filled out in your application, we'll figure out a step-by-step plan for you to learn to code and to get your first job in tech. Until next time, Christian.